Right. Werlac of Isildur still remains. It's my alignment. Neutral. It's my last time to get an alliance proposal. Don't think as long as we're neutral even we really have a chance. Certainly not when we bring evil. It would have to be good line of some sort. Yeah, let it be. Everyone is already done with their turn. Big side is one of the weakest, we'll probably get some money out of that. Get some fire protection from that. For 8 turns. Right, there's nothing there. Any kind of reaction if I get a little bit closer? Nope. That's it. And we're piece poor, so we can't really produce anything. I'll take the defensive buffs here. If they want to fight, they're gonna have to bleed for it. But do I need more troops? Because if there's going to become an attack here, it's not going to be a stack of some troops. It's going to be a substantial force of some sort. This is the only city I have anywhere near here, so this has to be held. It gives me range. That'll have to do. Werlac ended his turn. He's not doing anything but sitting still and waiting for death to come, I guess. Okay, is there any reaction if I go here? Yeah, this isn't a thing. Just highlighted for some particular reason, and I don't know why. So there's no point wasting time there. We need to just find Werlac and end this. With any luck, we don't even have to bring most of the heroes near here. The High Queen can end it all. We do have enough casting support that we can throw a lot of shit their way. Yeah, they have defenses here. Now just bypassed him? No, not this time. We would be better off attacking with the birds without using this, because they'll lose all the temple mobs if I do, and this is not a serious fight. They have good units here, but they're still fairly standard crap. Let's see what Werlac can throw into these fights. He has so few cities, so he can't have a huge amount of casting potential. Static electricity. This is not all that bad. I mean, he only has 3 units. They're what, tier 3s? Tier 2 and 2 tier 3s. I can breathe more fire damage against them than they can have. They have hit points. They have no fire resistance. Yeah. So I'm not particularly concerned. I'm not all that eager to throw spells at them either. don't want to attack them because I'll just have to use the static shield at that point. To just breathe flames on them as much as possible. Werlac's assassin. Interrogation pit. Closely matched. Got a new manual on this one then. I don't see what's closely matched about this. Probably the chant of unlife. But aren't we all undead pretty much? Yeah, so we would not even resurrect. Ooh, brother, I think is a living creature, as is the Hellhound. Right, I'm not very sure what we should do. Aggressively attack or what? To prevent them from flanking us. I don't think we need to even attack necessarily. Same here, we sort of just... We can't do it the same with the Deathbringers because they have the shadow step. Here we have to attack. This should be good for us, because we haven't killed anyone yet, but we're at the brink of killing quite a few. And they're undead, so they don't get resurrected. Your own ass, brother. Can't kill the mammoth. You can get 2 attacks on it, flanking attacks, just not enough. Maybe 3. No, 2 flanking and 3 attack. Not even that. Well, I'm not the line for you. Fire protection 100%, lava walking. Good one. But I'll take the gold. Werlac of Insaldor, level 27. When the hell did you come here? This will recharge on the next turn. So I'll just wait for it here. We can kill him, and now we just need to locate where his throne city is. It's also a good glimpse of what he could still throw my way. So, tier 2s, tier 3s, nothing all that substantial really. Actually the hero is fairly good, but depending on does he have Chaos Rift or not, that's pretty much the deciding factor. I would imagine he has it though at this point. But we have comparable annoying crap we can throw his way, so it's not a one-way street. Someone doing nothing? These will probably build up to the point where nothing needs to be done about them anymore. Right, this could end in a turn or two at this point. He's only protecting his hero. Ham is securing additional cities. This place needs better units. No, Prismatic Spire first. It's a lifesaver in a tough situation. Then Tile or Storm Sisters. Prismatic Spire, please. Nothing needs to be built here anymore. Shattering Hammer. Palace. Additional trebuchets. Grace Governance. Dwarves. Items produced in Arcane Item Forge in Dwarven cities are 35% cheaper. All Dwarven units get improved mountaineering. Oh. Yay, I guess. Why is there an assassin here? He seems like he's waiting for something. He has 0 experience. But there are guards of different areas. Bribery funds. We've already lost the boost for this army, so we might as well use it to clear this place. And just breathe him away. Likely he's gonna get immolated, which means he can't do anything effective anymore. No such luck. We'll get a single, yeah, 1 hit point left. He got very lucky. Very, very lucky. I got a level up out of that for some reason. There's really nothing here, no kind of dialogue or nothing. Library funds. Spell research. Werlac's personal shrine chamber. One-way access to all of Atlas' reflecting pools. Still, I haven't seen his throne city anywhere. There it is. I just didn't notice it because there's all these effects there. Okay, so we can end this at any moment at this point. I would imagine he's fairly eager to cast spells to defend this. Right, I wish the crown was a little bit more visible because it easily gets mixed into the background. You can see it, I mean, it's painfully obvious here, for example, so I don't understand why it couldn't be similarly depicted here. Like, that's the throne city. Why does it have to be half transparent crown moving there? That it's the same, more or less the same color as the background here. Not that it was too big of a problem here, but still, it's one of those choices. I understand you sort of want to go for a better graphical look in the game, but at the same time, you have to keep in mind that fundamentally it is a strategy game where you need to get the information easily, important information easily at a glance, preferably. Probably one of the reasons why old strategy games are still very pleasant to play through compared to old action games. Action games can, depending on how they're done actually, but still can age fairly quickly in their look, while strategy games tend to be, in some ways they are even better when they're old, simply because they didn't try to imitate realistic looking graphics. So all the relevant information is there, easy to see. Okay, they're too low level. Half of them are support units, which we are very, very good against. There's potentially another fight immediately after this, so we sort of want them to cast as much spells here as possible because they're double cost. And this is not a bad fight for us, not at all. We have a massive advantage. We can also say change into a Werepanther that has 1772 experience points instead of the typical 200, 100. So if we want hit points, we can basically fly the sandhill into the city, turn into a panther, and we'll be impossible to kill after that. Except they can stun us and easily kill us. Except that. I can cast with Sandhill though. No reason not, why not. Call the Beast Horde? I don't see why I shouldn't cast this. They're not on there. They don't resurrect. They might have some healing power, but I'm not even sure about that. Usually Theocrat is the one who gets good heals. Right. So they don't really have any healing capacity either. In order to take advantage of this guy's breath attack, I would have to glide the... Right. I probably have improved wall climbing or something similar. Yep, so I can climb the walls. Werlac probably has something. He wants to win this battle. Disjunction would be fine in my book. They do have Inflict Sun. I think they're just upgrades at that point. Everyone will have Inflict Stun. This will be a decoy, nothing else. This will be a delay, nothing else. Yeah, they don't give too much of a shit about that sort of damage. Oh, you can teleport. Fucking hell, they stunned that. Ah, crap. Yeah, I can fly here. Problem is, then what? Without support, the chance of me getting stunned is extremely high. At the same time, if I don't go here, there, what the hell am I doing here? Also, I could have tried to whip the target. Not a bad idea. What to do with you? I'd rather move into large group because of the possibility of getting your ass stunned in this fight. Being alone is extremely risky. Almost all individual units are stunned immediately. The Phoenix has had luck for quite some time. If I just attack them without any other considerations, I can get stunned anyway, so that's not gonna save me either. Can you get through that? No. Don't need to. Cursed and Broken Spirit. Excellent. That will help quite a bit. Try to help with the fighting here. Same thing with you, Mr. Bleed Ward. Time to make a choice. 20%, no, 18% chance of getting stunned. That's not too bad. Just kill the unit if you can. Stun. We still have 120, so we can cast a couple of powerful spells with the main hero. But I was not going to let the Phoenix be horribly murdered because he got unlucky there. He might still get stunned, that's not the point, but being able to be attacked from two sides while stunned, he would have been going down quickly. Right, the single attacker is not too dangerous yet. We probably attack twice no matter what we do. Excellent. Our mere presence here will force these to rethink what the hell they're doing. High Queen. I think I'm just gonna blast these away with my range attacks. I'm about to get shocked. Not now. Good timing on this one too. Yeah, we'll get stunned, that's not really much of a problem. Sacrificial units getting stunned is not a problem. Okay. Soon the Prism Spire is not gonna fire at us either. They have like 4 or 5 units at most, so they're going to be overwhelmed. Stun or no stun, won't make a difference. Well, it makes a difference, but it won't save them. Sacrificial units first. Stop blocking that doorway. Right. I don't think I can attack anyone yet. Thinking of turning into Were-Panthers as for the... Okay, it doesn't cost action points, we can do that at any moment. Just want to see how many hit points do we have so Panther. We won't have nearly as much as Melod's had. Yeah, we have like below half the experience points. It should still be around 5 to 10 times what the typical unit usually has, so it's a lot of points. A few hundred probably, at least close to that. Really matter what these guys do. We could farm experience for certain type of characters, but I don't really see the point at this stage. Sand heals, level 19. And we're stunned. Okay, we can end things on the next turn. And I'll try Panther transformation. Ultimate survival mode for the caster, I guess. $222. Yeah, this just seems wrong. It's not like your offensive powers are any better though. Just a massive amount of extra survivability. Dazed, cursed, and petrified. How is that how is that out of range? I guess it is. Not everyone has to move at this point. Still, some people have to rush in there. Preferably someone who can actually shoot. Whatever. Can kill that one, but that's the end of it. Do range attacks. Not enough to kill by any means. 12 points of damage inflicted on him. So once you go where Dire Panther, there's no coming back from that. Think I can buy with 7 points? Druidry. Not a bad idea necessarily. Currently we can only cast a single spell and then we're empty. At the same time, I don't think so. Just take extra survivability. No. Let's go with Vassal option. It'll never come to that anyway, so it's sort of irrelevant what we do. Important thing is, I don't particularly want to manage another city here anymore. More importantly, probably the final battle of the game. Yeah, Werlac is done, and we have massive amount of casting potential still there. If I would... Actually, I might be able to milk something extra out of these. Specifically you. I don't recall what the ability was. Is it even a unit ability? Allows me to get extra XP, extra casting potential from kills. How much would we need? I need 60 for the attack spell. Great stoning needs 60, which would leave me with 69. There's not much I can cast with that anymore. I could basically fight this in an effort to push it a little bit forward, but I don't think so. Not that big of a deal. Stoning alone will be basically a death knock on them. There's nothing really they can do to stop it, so just let's put an end to this. Delaying this for long enough. I think we have battle healing too. Yeah. Game over. Very likely defeat my ass. They have a respectable army, but I'm not seeing anything particularly interesting. Their strongest are the Griffin Riders. But he can't boost his units anymore. Doesn't have the points. Yeah, this will rain lightning on me for 3 turns. Which is definitely a bad thing, but yeah, that's pretty weak. Also, he's living units, so this shit will also work on him. Not that I'm gonna cast it though. I can afford it. Scourge of the Undead might be the best thing. I mean, it's not gonna end producing extra undead into this fight. Dark Gift would also work, inflict curse, plus 2 melee damage. Massacres. I sort of want to go with the Scourge of the Undead. I want to see how long this will last, if it even lasts all that long. This is the only chance we're ever gonna get to use in a real fight. Thunderstorm, I can't use it because someone's already used it in battle. I need to wait for that to end. Interesting. So we're more or less going to assume a defensive posture because time will be on my side at this point. I don't like the no turn limit on this Scourge one did. Mainly because how it probably screws up the AI. It'll go after the summons instead of trying to remove the source of the summons. So it'll not. It should basically rush my hero in order to kill it. End this. Use its numerical advantage to put an end to this quickly. And he's going after the summons, which will keep reappearing and reappearing and reappearing and reappearing. So it's just a lost cause. And we have regrowth, so we can definitely keep dragging this on and on and on. Other things we can cast. Sadism. Sure if I want to attack with the ray. Let them come to us. Yeah, now he got the gist of it. To the AI's credit, he might be sometimes slow to see where things are going, but he also catches up fairly quickly. So I have no major complaints about what the AI does. I think there might have been an occasional screw up where he sort of gets stuck without really knowing what to do next, but that's rare. Usually it offers respectable resistance, and this is normal difficulty, and hard it would be. I think hard mainly affects economy though, not the combat AI too much, but still. Major spells we could cast. Beast Sword. I think one of these is good enough for me. Don't even want the other one, just more or less be annoying. But we had the ability to stun too. Shocked. Shocked. Also seduce, apparently. Yeah, they're living creatures, I keep forgetting that. Stunned. For God's sakes, how often does this stun really happen? Could kill the apprentice. Alternatively, try to do something to Storm Sisters. What's the chance of getting shocked? 30%. That is not good. So, if we win this, we win the entire game, so... Some casualties are not that bad, but not that bad for us. We have to kill as many support units as possible to reduce the amount of stunning that happens. The melee guys are not nearly as dangerous against us. Naturally, sadism will also be a nice thing once we start to get some kills. We've gotten so many kills now that our melee attacks are going to be incredibly powerful. Surely I have some sort of energy attack. Shock bolts. That'll do. No, he's too well protected against those. Holy bolts maybe? Well, we do have Cosmic Rifle, but we'd have a very cool bolt, and it only fires once. Black bolts. Very weak. Even shock bolts are better. How about it just a longbow? Now they're more or less all equally shitty. About seduction abilities, maybe? Way too resistant against anything like this. Still, gotta go in there and do something. Can't do any mass damage at this point, remember, I have to explode corpses. But skin of oil, I can weaken their best units. It's gonna be Werlac anyway. Okay, I don't see how this could possibly go badly for us anymore. Even if he throws everything at me at this point, he does not have the damage capability to easily get through my units. He's lost too many support units to be able to pull that off. And he's wasting his time with the summons. You can easily kill them, get some experience, but it'll just make his situation worse. I have to teleport the target as first strike. You don't. Stun. Stun, 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 stun. I'll probably kill that one. Regular attacks are starting to do enough damage to get that done. We won't achieve all that much by doing that. Now with extra sadism. Stunned, excellent. That's what I wanted. More sadism. More sadism. Yes, that's the stuff. Much I can do here. I'll harass Werlac. His spell doesn't seem to be all that aggressive with the summons. It's still good, very good, but it's definitely toward trying to do an endurance fight with the opponent instead of just actively attacking. It would wiping the enemy out through that summon would take so long. It's just it's probably better as a defensive weapon most of the time, where you can buy time with your other units. Still, it's one of those master level spells, so it's good no matter what. Just with a slightly different flavor than the other two mass summoning spells. That's not a bad thing in any way. Where are the targets? How the hell I can't kill that? Ah, shit. Okay, someone has to be able to attack it. Ah, why? No. Are you on my side? Werlac says you're not. So why can't I basically attack you? That's what I'm wondering. Because you're dazed. Ah. God damn son of a bitch. You're dazed too, so you can't do shit. Ugh. Is everyone dazed here? Alright, this is definitely over for them now. Just wasted too much time and resources to killing the undead that are irrelevant. Still, he can farm them from experience. For experience. Can't attack, right? You can. Sadism, excellent. We're effectively blocking our own units again. Oh, I wanted you to climb that. How much damage does this one do? 36 per strike. Collect bones. It's what you're good at. Just in case they want to make this a longer fight for some reason. Fight the longer fight with a bone collector with hundreds and hundreds of points. Sadism might be the rogue line of the spells in general that have those sort of big effect spells that don't really look necessarily all that impressive, but they have their uses. Anytime the enemy has a big army, and even if you have a couple of good units, Sadism basically starts a snowball. Initially it might seem that it's not all that important, but if you ignore it even for a while, you're screwed with that one. And it's cheap. It's probably fairly easy to get in general. Easy to ignore its significance because at early game it probably doesn't have time to give you all that much of a bonus. But with the larger fights, yeah, it's pretty much a game-winning spell. And Sadism strikes again. We're now well over 30 with physical attacks. 39 with this one. Yeah, that's quite a bit. The backstab probably ends the fight. Yeah, 29 to 43 physical. Minimum is higher than his maximum life. Sadism and enemy using those summon spells would probably be the best thing ever. Arvik, we did it! I must admit I had my doubts at some point whether we would be able to win here, but you have proven that our might is greater than anyone thought possible. We will rule the Frostlings and face the future together. It is time to reap the rewards of our efforts. Can I see what they drop? Piece of crap and a piece of crap. So he was never any good at anything. I was definitely expecting more from that. Probably an end cutscene. I don't see where this could go after this.
Stronger than ever, we Frostlings now control the Shadowgate, the most powerful place on Athla. We have shown the world our might and our resolve. We have proven our honor and our integrity. High Queen Sanhild is very pleased with my victory. Despite all the emotionless dead that surround me, I have never felt as alive as with Sanhild. Our bonding ceremony will take place tomorrow. Feelings, emotions, and even love are slowly returning to me. They make life worth living. It is a great gift to be able to experience them again. Sundren is very impressed with what we have accomplished. She said she is happy that Werlac did not get to reap the fruits of his evil work. In fact, we impressed the entire world, something Sanhild has already begun to exploit through diplomacy. She has gained many concessions from the other powers, and the Eternal Ice is on the march. Yesterday our territories doubled. Today they are thrice what they once were. We have now undeniably put our mark on the blessed continent, and our empire will stand for centuries to come. And should the lands beyond the Shadowgate indeed contain wondrous powers for us to collect, we will be the first ones through. Feast, my Frostling fellows. Today is the beginning of a new age.
Yeah, and that's it. I've been complaining about these 3 mission campaigns and I still don't like them, but considering the amount of time I have to spend to play through them, they're not exactly terrible at content additions. So, and I have no real complaints about the missions themselves. They're fine missions, well constructed and interesting to play. I just wish there were more missions like that. But that's not necessarily a bad feeling to have after playing a game like this. It's probably too. It's either a satisfaction. Okay, it's finally over. The game didn't outlive its welcome. It ended right on time. Here, I wish there was a little bit more of the story, or maybe more branching. But if you have 3 missions, there's really not that much of an option. But as I said, there's nothing wrong with the missions. There's enough to do, interesting places. Maybe the difficulty level is again the problem, in that once you're in the final mission, you sort of are increasingly you don't have a need to go into the exploring mindset again because you have enough good equipment. You have enough levels, enough everything that you. If the smartest thing you could do would be to beeline into the enemy headquarters and key areas and just start killing them and play them out before they get too strong, and that's it. You don't want to be going those random places and completing dungeons anymore. If they come across you while you're going to from a strategically important place to another, then that's one thing. But usually that doesn't really happen. And in some ways, I do want it to play like this. I did not want to have to fight on the hard mode against massive armies constantly and be punished for accidentally going into the wrong place. If I play this again, the harder difficulty would probably be appropriate because I have a good idea what you're expected to do in every stage and every mission, and what you need to do to get through all that. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about this. Everything seems fine. It just could use more of it. Same with the Golden Realms. Same with the Eternal Lords. They sort of seem to hint at other things and maybe more meaningful things, but nothing ever comes of it. Like the Shadow Gate and maybe what Werlac is doing. But in the end, he just was there. He didn't do anything. He didn't have some kind of dark plot that we needed to interrupt. He was just there. And I feel like you could have done more with them, more with these missions. Maybe there are other options if you choose different alliances. But my guess is there really isn't. There's a different kind of text screen when you finish the job, and that will probably be it. You are not playing these games for the plot. I say that a lot, and that's very much true. I don't really think about the plot usually when I play these missions, but at the same time, it is not a bad thing if you can integrate that into the game somehow. It's a positive thing, but it's not really that important. I play probably my attitude here is because I've played through certain game series like Heroes of Might and Magic and okay, there's another strategy game series like is it Disciples? I'm not quite sure. It's I think it's a Eastern European or maybe Russian made strategy series of game, and both of them sort of went from good strategy games to more of a plot direction. So they turned more from strategy maps like this to linear plot developments. Like you're supposed to follow a very strict line in these type of strategy maps, and it sucks the life out of a strategy game very quickly. So I'll take this shit over a strictly constricted plot telling strategy game any day of the week. So my bitching about the lack of plot and plot options should be taken in that light. I would like to see them, but I would never want to sacrifice a good solid strategy game like this in an effort to try to achieve some kind of a good storytelling plot in this game. It's good to have. It's okay if it's missing, but if the strategy elements suffer because of it, that's bullshit. That's a game I'm not particularly interested in playing anymore. Was there anything else in this? Maybe mainly the undead faction. I think that some of the events were part of the Eternal Lords expansion. They're fine. They mix things up a bit. They're a common thing in a lot of role-playing games. They don't matter all that much, but they're unexpected and they can shift the balance in one way or another. So yeah, I think they're a good thing. They keep things more interesting, force you to adjust a little bit in certain situations, but at the same time they they very rarely are a deciding factor in how the fights will go. So good additions, and I mostly like the undead. They're hard to mix with some of the other armies, and I think that's a positive thing. They have a lot of advantages though, a lot of big advantages. Don't have to give a shit about morale, can have the summon spell that just keeps on summoning new units for all eternity. Do they have others? They can probably fast hurry builds in their cities constantly. Because the only negative is extra expenses and money. You might sacrifice some population too. So, but the undead doesn't have to give a shit about the morale. So as long as it's a big city with excess population, you can quickly boost it to give it a quick jump start to a city to get it into some kind of a operating shape, get the basic structures and defenses up quickly if you have excess resources. So things like that. I like them. They're deep. They're actually less different than I initially thought before trying this. At the same time, they're different enough that you feel like you have to at least play at them a little bit differently, think about them a little bit differently, but still a good, not that different that they would drastically differ from the other faction. But I still think this is a good game. Expansions just add to that. I don't really have much bad to say about the game. If you can get the expansions at this stage, they're probably dirt cheap anyway. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't. They don't drastically alter the main storyline, but they're interesting and good maps in and of themselves to play through. I think probably better than the original campaign maps, at least some of them.